On Wednesday, June 26th of 2019, Jordan Lindsey, 21 years old, she and her family were at the Bahamas at Rose Island enjoying the water. Jordan and her mother had decided, after being there 3 days with the family, decided that they were going to take advantage of a snorkeling tour, and they went with Sandy Toes snorkeling outfit and went out snorkeling that afternoon. The rest of the family was swimming. Michael, the father Michael, was swimming with the kids in a different area at the time. So 2 o'clock rolls around, and the mother is near some, it sounds like an island, a little rocky island out there in the water, and Jordan is further away from her, and it's about 2 o'clock. They don't say how far from the mother Jordan is, but she's out further out in the water, and the mother hears Jordan scream, and she turns and looks in Jordan's direction and thinks that there's a few dolphins around her. Water must have been pretty clear for her to be able to see that. So pretty soon after that, she notices that it's a shark. There's blood in the water as Jordan's bitten in the right arm, almost completely severing the whole arm. And now Jordan's trying to swim to her mother's trying to swim to Jordan, and another shark comes up and takes a bite out of, I believe, her leg. And the sharks came up and they were taking bites on her as she was swimming to her mother, and mother finally makes it to her, and she's holding on to Jordan, and Jordan just whispers that there's another shark coming. The mother can feel the tug of the shark, another shark, so this is like a third shark that attacked her, hit her in the lower leg. Then the mother had to struggle to get her to shore, hitting the sharks on occasion to get her to that small island, and they got her up onto the island, and that's where Jordan was at. She was still conscious, but she wasn't speaking. The last thing she had said was to tell her mother that there was another shark coming. Now, Jordan's father and the kids were in a different area swimming, and they heard about an attack, so they went to the beach, and then when they got there, they could see that Jordan and the mother were there on that island. They all get into the rescue boat when it finally shows up. The tour boat finally shows up, and the family reports that they had no medical equipment of any kind, no first aid kit. They just put towels over her legs, and they just started to take her back to be able to get to an ambulance. Now, Jordan was bitten in both arms, with her right arm almost completely severed. She was bitten in both legs. She was bitten in her buttocks, and there was probably tissue removal in a lot of these bites because these sharks were definitely in a feeding event. She bled out before the ambulance, it sounds like, even got her to the hospital. It was too late, probably shock and blood loss is probably what she died of. I haven't seen any report of the size of the bite marks, though, to be able to tell what size these sharks are. I'm assuming that there's 3 of them together. They got to be, juveniles or even smaller. I'm thinking 5-6 footers for 3 of them to be hanging out. I don't think they hang out together that much like that when they're 8 to 10 feet long, let's say. So I'm thinking 5 or 6 footers on this attack. This did go down as an attack and an attempt to predate by 3 sharks. At the time, they didn't know what kind of sharks. So obviously they know it's tiger sharks now. I just wonder if they know what size tiger sharks with the bite marks on her body. I'll continue to look for updates on that, but they're few and far between to be able to find news reports of an update on an attack after it's happened. It's like they just stopped caring after it's the news going to get them their views, and that's it. There were 2 other different reports on this one. That one said that it was in the New York Post, said that they were, the rest of the family was over swimming in another area. No, they were over petting pigs, I do believe. So New York Post, I believe, their story said that the family, Michael and the kids, were over there petting pigs while Cammie, the mother, and Jordan were swimming in a snorkeling excursion. But another report says that, which is Good Morning America, and just about everybody that it interviewed the family says that they were swimming in another area. And then you have the GSAF, who says that the whole family was GSAF, what are you doing? It says the whole family was there. The family yelled out to Jordan to warn her about the sharks, and then the sharks attacked her. None of that's true. There's interviews everywhere that says that mother heard Jordan scream and thought there were dolphins around there. I mean, that's common in every story I see except the GSAF, so I don't know what they're doing over there. So that's our attack on Jordan Lindsey. An attempt to predate by 3 tiger sharks. It sounds like all 3 of them went ahead and they were active in the attack, and it's a fatality, and She was 21 years old. That's our story of Jordan Lindsey.